Dude, tell us how it all started, man.
Well, it actually didn't start with the Flyers. It started with the 76ers. I was try to give you the whole thing in a minute, but I was working on my master's degree at West Virginia University in sports administration, and I was 12 credit hours short of getting my master's degree, and I needed to take a 6 credit internship. And so I was living in an efficiency apartment. It was about the same size as this right here. And
This big studio?
Yep. And I started typing out 100 letters: football, basketball, baseball, and hockey. I sent all these letters saying that I just need an internship, no pay or anything like that. I just need 6 credit hours. And I started getting all these rejection letters back, and I got 3 positive letters back. One's for the San Antonio Spurs, LA Dodgers, and the Philadelphia 76ers. I looked on a map, and the Sixers was they were a 6.5 hour drive from Morgantown, and they said, we'll interview you for an internship. And I said, well, when can I come out for the internship or interview? And they said, well, when do you want to come out? I said, I'll leave tomorrow morning. So I was there the next day. They hired me on the spot, and so I had to go back to West Virginia, pack my bags, and then I moved to Philadelphia. And I realized that as an intern, and this is for anybody that's taking an internship in any field, that you have to become the best salesperson on the planet. And I'll tell you right now, you're selling one product. You're selling yourself, because you've got to impress the brass if you want to land a job. And I could tell you a quick story. And one of the things that helped me get my job is I was interning with the 76ers, and there was a huge snowstorm. It was about 10 inches overnight. It was like 10 inches. And I get up in the morning, I go out and shovel the snow, shovel the driveway, shovel the snow off the windshield, get on 95, and I finally make it to the Veterans Stadium. At the time, that's when the 76ers office was located, Veterans Stadium, which has since been torn down. And I get in there, and there's one car in the parking lot, and I'm thinking, what? They must have canceled work, but I'll knock on the door anyway. So I get out of the car, and I pounding on the door, and a guy comes and answers the door. It was the general manager of the 76ers, and he said, who are you? And I said, well, I'm an intern with the 76ers, and he invites me in, and he says, I can't believe that the entire staff doesn't show up for work. Nobody shows up for work except me and an intern. He says, I'll remember that.
Oh, wow.
So, and so when an
Who was the
opportunity,
GM?
it was John Nash.
Okay.
John Nash?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And he said, I will remember this. And so when there was an opening, he offered it to me, and I took it. And that was in 1987. I was 6 credit hours shy of master's degree, and here we are in 2023, and I'm 6 credit hours shy of getting a master's degree. Right. So I never went back and got it. And
that's amazing.
It was opportunity, you knock, and all you do is you sell yourself, and that's pretty much. So I was there from my internship ended in 1987 with the 76ers. In 1993, I joined the Flyers, and then I've been there ever since.
Wow,
long story. Sorry, guys.
No, that's amazing.
That's it.
No, it is good because
a lot of substance there.
Yeah, exactly. Especially for people doing interns, internships.
Well, I think that the thing you're talking about, like selling yourself and just bringing more value than you're paid for. In that case, you weren't getting paid at all.
I wasn't getting paid anything.
You're showing up when
no one else showed up.
Shows up.
Right, and I just and everything. There was a conference room at Veterans Stadium where the NBA championship trophy was. They'd won it, I think, in 82, 83, right, with Moses and Dr. J.
Yep, that's right.
And there was that's where all the interns were in that room. There were 6 interns, and whenever that door opened up, I was like, I'll do it. I didn't care what it was, but I was always volunteering. Because I was selling myself, and I really wanted a job. I didn't want to go back to school. I wanted a job, and I love Philadelphia, and I wanted to stay here.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like that's what you've always done. Even when I was with you 3 years ago, like anything, I feel like you did way more than you were supposed to. You're so passionate about your job, and it was like I think we talked before, and it was a lot like me as far as like you never felt like it was a real job. Like it was more like, like it is a job, and it's hard sometimes with the hours, but it doesn't seem like a job because it's a lot of fun.
It's a job, but if you're passionate about your job, it's more like a hobby.
Right.
Like I haven't used my alarm clock. I used to have to use it all the time in high school and college. But when I moved to Philadelphia, I never used my alarm clock because I enjoyed getting up and going to work.
Yeah.
And it's been like that for the last 30 years with the Flyers. I love coming to work, and it was fun. It was a dream job.